when I went to East Texas State, it was more fun, than anything else. Graduate school, it was fun, but it was a lot of work. But for me, every day I enjoyed waking up, going to class, because I enjoyed, the professors, the small classes, the interaction with the other students. And then once we got into the class, the different things we were able to do. And it was just a great experience. I mean, I enjoyed it. The Commerce being located in the northeast part of the state, have weather changes. So I enjoyed that. I enjoyed the four seasons, the snow. I remember my freshman year, we got a lot of snow, and just, being able to see it. And one of my friends was from California who had never seen snow before. And so that was neat, to see him go out and just, see the snow and feel it and enjoy it. So like I said, again, it was just a great experience, and I wouldn't have traded it for the world. At Texas A&M, one of my professors, Dr. Larry Clinton, unbeknownst to him at the time, he was talking about political power and about minorities in the political process. And he, unbeknownst to him, kind of put out a challenge to me. He used the example of a young lady, African American, who was elected homecoming queen my freshman year in college, and he said it was a fluke, primarily because all the white students had split their vote among other white candidates. And so this is my senior year, pardon me. So I saw it as a challenge to say that really truly wasn't a fluke. And I was head of the NAACP at the time, and so I went to each fraternity and sorority and asked them to nominate a young lady who would be Miss NAACP. We had a Miss NAACP pageant, and we held the pageant the night before it was time to go vote for homecoming queen. Each young lady who was nominated, we also made sure they put their name on the ballot for homecoming queen. We elected a young lady who was a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority. She was elected Miss NAACP, and the next morning we went out and block voted for her, and she was elected homecoming queen. And it was a shock to to a lot of people in the university. And on Monday morning, when I got to class, in Dr. Clinton's class, I explained to him how you could politically organize, and how, one, it wasn't a fluke, but how, relating to his principles of a small group of people, whether ethnic minorities or just small in terms of numbers, how if they organize and band together, they could wield a certain amount of political power. And so I think he got a real big joke out of it, a big laugh out of it rather. And so that sort of started me on the path of being learning how to organize groups and organizations, and how to go and persuade folks to do things that they probably hadn't really thought about doing. In that case, I was talking to fraternities and sororities, fraternities who normally don't come together because they always have this little rivalry, but getting them all to come together, to work together for this common cause. And so that was very helpful to me, both then in terms of, sort of becoming the big man on campus after that situation, but more importantly, learning how to organize politically in life. And so from there, I've gone on and I've worked as a political consultant. I've helped Ann Richards get elected governor. I was her political director, statewide director. And so that skill set, that knowledge that I learned in Dr. Clinton's class, that sort of practical experience, propelled me and helped me in ways that I didn't foresee, but it gave me the type of work set skills that really it's helped me. And so going from working as a political consultant to being a lobbyist, organizing clients, being able to organize issues and shepherd those issues through the political process here at the Texas legislature. I always look back to that day when at East Texas State, when I was in that class and taking on that sort of project that nobody knew about. And so again, just learning that skill sets of how to go to talk to folks, how to make a presentation that would appeal to their own self-interest, to motivate them to support a cause that I was involved in. Dean Ivorymore was very instrumental in my educational process when I attended the university. He greeted me when I first arrived on campus. I really didn't know him, but he knew me. He was a principal at a high school in my hometown of Wichita Falls. My mom was a school teacher, so they knew each other, so he knew of me. And while I was there, he always made sure that I stayed on the right track, making sure my grades were right. Did I need some help? He also offered me a job over at Mach 3. So I had the opportunity to sort of give back, to do a little tutoring, to work on different programs that Mach 3 hosted. But I'm very much indebted to his friendship, his support of me when I was there at the university. And so I always felt safe and secure there because I always knew I had somebody looking after me, making sure that if I ever needed anything, there was always going to be somebody there for me. Commerce was this very small, warm community. The university was warm. You got to know your professors, professors who really showed an interest in you. And so I've really enjoyed my experience, and I think it was the best choice in terms of my educational career that I could have made. And so I loved every minute of being at East Texas State. I had a good friend of mine, Michael Johnson, who was from Tyler, Texas. And Mike and I stayed across the hall from each other. And Mike would always say, life is what you make it. And so the whole time we were there together, we tried to make the college experience the best experience we could. We studied together, we learned from each other because he was from Tyler, I was from Wichita Falls. We were exposed to different things. And I just met so many people from so many different places that I probably wouldn't have met. And the experience was just incredible. And so when I looked at East Texas State, had some great programs. And then again, once I got there, the warmth, the friendly environment, and then just the great professors who were there who taught. I really enjoyed the engaging in the conversations with them, enjoyed learning from them. And I just felt great about being there at the university. And unfortunately, my mom didn't get the chance to see me graduate. She passed away actually right after I completed my freshman year when I came home from the summer break. She passed away. But I know she was very proud of the fact that I did attend East Texas State University, knowing that Ivory Moore was there. I think gave her an added sense of confidence and that her son was in good hands. And so, my mom inspired me to just, there isn't anything you can't do in life if you want to do it. You got to put your mind to it and just work at it. And she always said, hard work never hurt anybody. And the great thing was she developed in me some great study habits as a young student, both in middle school and high school. So when I got to college, it was easy for me to be disciplined in terms of going to class, go get lunch, maybe relaxing for about an hour. But from 2 o'clock to 5:30 every day, that 3.5 hours, it was just devoted to studying. And it was because of the discipline that she had taught me. And she helped me, set my sights on doing something very big in life. Wasn't sure exactly what it was, but she just wanted to make sure I was well prepared. And I think that's why she was so happy that I attended East Texas State, because they did prepare me for my career, for the work life. And again, just being there at East Texas State, meeting the professors, talking to students, just those skill sets. Just that whole experience really sort of prepared me for getting out into the work world.